You remember the feeling the moment it begins. A man shows up who seems to understand the edges of you, the small things you never say out loud. He notices the book on your table, remembers the way you bite your lip when you're thinking, texts you about the song that made you cry last month. It feels rare, like a mistake the world made in your favor. He says the soft things right, not loud promises, quiet lines that sound honest. I haven't felt this in a long time. With you, I can be myself. I want something real. You hear that, and you relax. You stop guarding so tightly. You believe him because being believed is the nicest thing someone can do to you. Then, somewhere in the night when the lights are down and your mouth says yes, everything shifts. You fall into him. You let the walls drop. You give what you're tired of hoarding. You think this will seal the story. And the next week, his messages are fewer. The rhythm changes. He is still there, but not the same. He has the air of someone who completed a task. You panic for a second. You think you moved too fast. You wonder if you were wrong to trust. You tighten your chest and replay the words, the touch, the laugh, the way he called you different. Then you learn what the rest of us had to learn the hard way. It isn't about what you gave him. It's about what living inside his head looked like before and after. You wake at noon. Your phone shows a single message. Hey, short, flat. You reread what he wrote the week before, the long ones that smelled like a future, and you can't find the same man anymore. You scroll through the photos where you both laugh at nothing and wonder when the laughter became history. You dig through memory and find the moment you let him in. His hands, the way he said your name, how he closed his eyes like he'd memorized you. That memory makes you both soft and sharp. Soft because it was beautiful. Sharp because it hurts to accept that beauty can be temporary. You didn't make him leave. You just stopped being the story he wanted to chase. Simple, cold, true. Understanding the male mind. I'll say this plainly. Before the sex, he is chasing. The chase looks like interest, but it's actually a wired reaction in his brain that gets stronger with unpredictability. He sees a prize. He wants to win. Winning gives him a hit, a rush. This rush is real and chemical. It is not the same thing as loving you. After the sex, the hit ends. Something in his body relaxes. That relief is not always paired with care. Where you might grow closer, his system checks out. Mission complete. The excitement is gone. Whether he consciously decides to leave or not, his feelings change because the thing that lit him up is over. That truth doesn't excuse cruelty. It only names a reason that is overlooked in heartbreak stories. The brain does not always match the heart. Anticipation looks a lot like affection until it's achieved. Again, that's a short line that helps you see how the illusion works. Now we move on to the games he uses. I want to show you patterns so you can spot them. These are the moves. They are obvious once you see them and invisible until you don't. 1. Urgency. He says things like, I don't waste time, or I want this now. He frames your yes as rare and time-sensitive. He creates a soft panic so your decisions speed up. When your options shrink, you give in faster. 2. Mirroring. He learns what you need to see and then gives you the feeling you're finally found. He studies you, every value, every wound. Then he becomes your reflection. If you say you love quiet men, he becomes calm. If you say your ex was cold, he becomes warm. You think, finally, someone who gets me. But what you're really seeing is yourself, projected back. That's why he feels perfect, because he's performing you. 3. Flood and drop. One day, he's constant. Calls, stories, presence. Suddenly, he withdraws. This creates longing in you. You chase the version he was, not the man he is now. This back and forth trains you to want his attention like an addict wants a hit. 4. The vulnerability trick. He tells you his past hurts. He shows bruises of other women. He asks you to be tender. You fall into the role of healer. That can bond you, but it can also be a trap. Not all vulnerability is honest. Sometimes it's strategy. All of these moves feel different in the moment. They feel romantic, urgent, real, but they're tools that change your behavior. They make you quicken your step toward him. He doesn't need to be a bad person for these moves to work. He only needs to be someone who benefits from the way your heart responds. Manipulation is not always loud. It whispers the right things until your defenses become soft. That's the quiet of it. Why you keep falling? Because you're human. Because you want love, and attention feels like love when you've been starved of it. Because you confuse connection for chemistry. How you outsmart the game. You don't need to manipulate men. You just need to understand the psychology and use it to protect your energy. Here's how smart women play the game without playing games. 1. Stop explaining yourself so early. When he asks what you like, don't hand him the manual. Let him discover it. If you say, "I love men who listen," he'll perform listening. For a while. If you say, "My ex never paid attention," he'll overdo attention until he's done acting. Don't tell him what you need. Watch if he learns it. Mystery is not distance, it's discipline. 2. Keep emotional control. When you like him, don't show it all at once. Once a man senses you're emotionally invested, he relaxes. The chase is over. You don't need to be cold, just calm. If he takes 3 hours to reply, take 6. If he says, "I miss you," say, "You should." Let him know your emotions are not free to access. 3. Use silence as power. Silence is not punishment, it's clarity. When you go quiet, you see who steps up, who fades out, and who panics. Men reveal their intentions in silence more than in speech. Silence is the loudest way to reveal intention. 4. Delay gratification. You don't have to say no forever, just not too soon. When you give your body early, his dopamine peaks fast and falls faster. When you delay, you stretch the anticipation, and truth reveals itself. If he's genuine, he'll stay. If he's fake, he'll vanish. Either way, you win. The delay doesn't lose him, it filters him. 5. Mirror less, observe more. You don't need to be his reflection. When he says, "I love this movie," you don't have to scream, "Me too." When he says, "My ex hurt me," you don't have to audition for sainthood. Observe him. Let him talk. Let him reveal himself. The less you mirror, the more curious he becomes. The less you mirror, the more he studies you. 7. Keep a life beyond him. Never let a man become your only source of joy. You see, one of the biggest psychological traps women fall into is making a man their entire hobby. From morning till night, you're thinking about him, waiting for his text, replaying the last thing he said. You've made a whole career out of emotional overthinking. Meanwhile, he's out there living. He has a job, friends, distractions, and you? You've made him your full-time project. That's where you lose your power, because the more your world shrinks around him, the more his expands without you. Men chase what they think they could lose, not what's sitting there waiting. Even if you don't have a job, please, my sister, get busy. Count stones, count flowers, rearrange your wardrobe alphabetically, I don't care. Just look busy enough that if he calls, you can actually say, "Sorry, I was in the middle of something." That simple illusion of having a life, it triggers curiosity in the male brain. In psychology, we call it the scarcity effect. People value what seems rare, not what's always available. So when you stop being constantly reachable, he starts wondering, who's keeping her attention now? That thought alone can make him text you twice in 1 hour after ignoring you for 3 days. The secret is, you don't even have to be genuinely occupied, just emotionally unavailable. Let him earn your focus. Men value women who seem like they have options, even when those options are just you counting stones in peace. And lastly, never let sex be the price for connection. Real love is proven in patience. If a man pressures you, it's because he's not planning to stay. Your body is not currency, it's privilege. The ones who want to stay will wait. Real men don't run when the door doesn't open on the first knock. So the next time he's whispering sweet things, promising forever, and acting like your soulmate after 3 voice notes, remember this. Some people study your weaknesses just to use them against you. Keep your mystery, keep your boundaries, and for heaven's sake, don't fall for a man who only remembers your birthday because Facebook reminded him. You're not hard to love. You've just been giving love to people who don't deserve the access. If this opened your eyes a little, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Tell me the wildest line a man ever used to convince you to have sex with him. Let's laugh together in the comments. Until next time.